I'm Johnny Gammett. Thanks for watching Bruins 360. It was a busy week for our Bruins teams. We're going to Matt Dehart for the recaps of the Clearwater games. Matt?
The Bruins were at home this past weekend taking on rival Clearwater Christian College. The Lady Bruins opened the night with their fourth straight victory in a solid 61-30 victory over the Cougars. The Bruins were led by Courtney Hofler, who finished the night with 13 points and 19 rebounds. The Lady Bruins are now 13-11 on the season. In the men's game, you saw the Bruins come out on fire and went on a 17-0 run in the middle of the half. Kyle Turner led the Bruins with a monster double-double of 24 points and 14 rebounds. Dustin Killall aided Turner with 22 points, sealing the victory over Clearwater 83-55.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Earlier this week, we sat down with Emily Miller, the assistant coach of the women's basketball team. She's our Double Alt Bruin of the Week.
For all your legal needs, call Brian Ramey and Associates, 864-295-0000.
I've got Emily Miller of the women's basketball team. She's a first-year assistant with the team. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You were not here last year. You were actually not even in the country this last year. You were in Italy as a missionary there and felt the Lord bringing you back here to the States and then joined the Bruins. Take us through that.
Yeah, well, about a year ago, I felt the Lord calling me into full-time missions, and He really just sped the way up for that, and headed over to Italy for a 7-month internship to learn the language and my place in the ministry there. While I was there, about halfway in, the Lord just very clearly closed the door on that for now. I would love to end up back there, but came home not knowing what the next step was. He very clearly opened the door for this opportunity, which I'm loving.
Yeah, well, talk about your particular impact with the team. You're a first-year assistant with the program, and just the kind of the things that you do on a daily basis for the team.
Yeah, a big part of what I do is just being there for the girls on the emotional level, and I do a lot of discipleship with them. I'm actually heading off to meet with some of them even today, one-on-one, going through a discipleship book on full surrender to the Lord. So it's nice to be able to be on that level with the girls, and even during the game kind of feeling out when someone maybe is struggling emotionally, because as coach as a man, it's good to have that. And then I do a lot of recruiting stuff for the team, spend a lot of time on that, trying to find girls that we want to bring in eventually, just developing relationships with them as well. I do some in-game stats, also keeping track of things on the bench. Scouting, teams coming up, just some other things, helping coach with organization. Whatever he tells me to do, I'm there for that. So
let's talk a little bit about the season, about the team. Started off a little bit slow, and then we went into Christmas break, and I think the girls got some kind of New Year's resolution going on or something, have rattled off a large number of wins here. What do you think the biggest difference was between just the mindset and mentality of first semester and coming into this semester?
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about that a lot because there has been a huge difference. I really think that at the beginning of the year, so many of the girls weren't quite sure what their role was. I think a lot of them were trying to do everything and be a leader, but they weren't sure how to be a leader. And when you try to do everything, it's hard to be good at one thing. So after we had a good game, our last game first semester against Johnson in Tennessee, and the girls really came together and played well together and had fun. And that's something we had been missing because everyone felt so much pressure before that. Then we headed off to Florida for a week, the beginning of January, and the girls just had a week together, and we did fun stuff, and we played some awesome games, and I really just think they're all kind of falling into place. They're figuring out what they're good at, and that's what they're focusing on, not everything, which has really helped, and they've all just kind of clicked, and it's been great.
Talk about going forward now. What is your expectations, kind of your goals for the remainder of the team, both personally and then for the team as well?
Yeah, I think for me, just kind of knowing knowing how long this position is going to last. I would love to be here long term, but just trying to get better at everything while I'm here and just learning as much as I can. Coach Lavier is great to work for, and just asking a lot of questions, really honing in on the recruiting side of things and trying to get better every day at doing that. For the team, I guess just continuing those relationships with the girls, and I don't know how long I have with them, so I want to make sure that my time with them is worth it and that I really make an impact on their lives while I'm here.
Well, we certainly hope you're here long term as well.
Thank
Emily
you.
Miller of the women's basketball team. Now let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend for our Bruins teams. On Thursday night, the men's team will take the court against North Greenville University. That game will begin at 7 p.m. in the Davis Fieldhouse, so come on out to cheer your Bruins on and have a chance at halftime to shoot for cash, sponsored by Gemological Services. Then on Saturday, both the men's and women's teams travel to Florida to play Pensacola Christian College. Remember, at any time you can follow us at bjubruins.com, or you can download our new smartphone app at the App Store or the Google Play Store. Just search BJU Bruins. It's absolutely free. Thanks for watching Bruins 360.